Good morning, everyone. It is a cool, misty day here in Northwest Arkansas, and everybody's been asking for a rabbit update, and I'm not going to go through everyone. There's just too many to go through that. I am going to go through my show team or anything that's not in the brood barn yet, and the babies, oldest to youngest. Our two oldest babies, who are now seniors, are Mustang Sally and this girl here, Wild Thing. I'm going to show them, I think, one more time, and then they're going to be bred here in the next few weeks. So these girls will be moving to the brood barn. This one's Mustang Sally, who has a leg, or that one's Wild Thing. She has a leg. This one's Mustang Sally. She has a leg, and the one she has is a junior best of breed leg. Next to those two girls are my two blue does. Here we have Paragold, and then we have her sister Allie. These girls are now intermediates. They are over 8.5 pounds now. I'm giving them until they're about 9 to 9.5 pounds, and then I'll be breeding these two girls. Next to the two blue girls, I have 3 broken does that's growing out and who has joined the show team or might join. You all know Bigelow, or Biggers, and she is a very wide doe. She's been doing very well. She has already won a leg, and in her last show, you know, guys, sometimes this just happens. She had a very nice sister, and I had a hard time choosing between the two, but I could only keep one, and I ended up keeping Biggers, which is why she's named the way she is. She was the bigger of the two sisters, and she was growing and developing faster. So I kept her, and for my program, I think I've made the right choice. However, Biggers got her butt stomped by her sister at the last show. Her sister took best of breed both shows, and in the first show, she had an honorable mention for best in show. So her sister's doing very well. She was a little slower in developing, but she is catching up, and she is currently doing better than Biggers in the show. So that's how that goes. Anyway, Biggers is still a very nice girl, and I'm very pleased to have this girl on my show team, and I am looking forward to putting her in the brood barn. Biggers is out of Bloomer and Ink. Next to Bigelow, we have, what did I just name this girl? Fargo. And Fargo is a decent young lady. She's still young, still maturing. Right now, as you can tell, she still has a case of summer ears, even though it's cooled down. Most of the time they grow into their ears. I'm not sure this girl's going to. We're going to give her some more time. She may be nothing more than a brood doe, and depending on how she develops, I may not even keep her. But right now, she's showing some promise. She's got good depth, some decent shoulders. I'd like to see some more width in her, but she could still fill out because she's still rather young. So we'll wait and see. Anyway, this is Fargo, and she is out of Bazooka Joe, and a friend of mine's doe. What was that doe's name? Can't remember the doe's name right offhand. Anyway, she's half mine and half a friend of mine's. And next to Fargo, we have Dora. Supposed to be on the show team, or at least I was hoping. She also had a case of summer ears, which she is doing much better. She can hold her ears up when she chooses to. She's still a little young. I'd like to give her a couple more weeks and see how she matures. But I'm liking Dora, and her name is nothing special. I needed a D-Doe, and Dora was a name in name of a city in Arkansas that started with a D. So that's Dora, and she's out of Bazooka Joe and Bigelow, number 9. And he's been getting awesome comments at the shows, and he's been ranking high in his class. On the smaller classes, he has been taking first place, but we just have not been able to get a leg on this guy. This little guy, okay, well, he's a rather large guy. He's my holdback from Bazooka Joe. I had him and his brother. His brother broke his leg, so this guy was my second choice, which I've watched them mature. And this guy, I think, has actually matured better than my first pick, which is good. He has earned a name. Let me tell you a story about this guy, okay? He got out of his pen, and he's been running, you know, out yonder. And once they get out in those fields, there's no way we can catch them. They hit freedom, and man, they run. But we do have that 3-legged Australian Shepherd, Sergeant. He has been trained to catch rabbits for, well, he's 9 years old, so he's been trained since, you know, for about 8 years now. He is very gentle. He will sniff out the rabbits, and he will catch them, and he'll hold them until we pick them up. Sarge. Sarge finds the rabbit. He chases him. I'm going to take you over here. Finish the story somewhere else. Oh. Hang on. Okay, so Sarge chases the rabbit, and they come through here. You can see the path where they've taken. And Sergeant catches the rabbit, and he has him right here. Okay? So I'm coming up. My husband, Big Daddy Jay, we're both coming over here trying to get the rabbit. Sarge is very gentle with the rabbits. He has caught many rabbits, and he's never injured a rabbit ever. He's never broken skin. Half the time they don't even have slobber on them from, you know, doggy snort. He's super gentle with them. Well, this buck panics, and he freezes. He just completely freezes, doesn't move, and Sarge thinks something's wrong with him, okay? So Sarge takes his nose, his snout, and he nuzzles him, and he takes his nose and he kind of flips him just a little bit. Well, that was the intention. When he nuzzled him with his nose and flipped him to make sure he was okay, he flipped him off the cliff. No kidding. So the rabbit flips over, and he plunges down to the bottom of the creek bed. Now guys, this is between a 10 and a 12-foot drop, and this buck lands down here. Okay? We have named this beautiful buck Cliff Diver. There is a town in Arkansas called Diver, so his name is Cliff Diver, and he is going to be joining our show team. And at this point, I believe he's probably going to be my second broken buck, brood buck. He is out of, who's your mama and daddy? Bazooka Joe and number 9. Alright, so anyway, that's the story on Cliff Diver. These are 3 young does. These guys are out of Paprika and Bazooka Joe. These are 3 does that was born in July. I'm going to go through this rather quickly. I spent way too much time talking about Cliff Diver. This is the only surviving red doe out of Mountaintop and Saugai. She was in a litter of 5. There was 3 does and 2 bucks. And at 13 weeks, 4 of those and 2 out of this litter bloated up and died. I mean, it just, within days, I lost the 6 kids. Here we have the broken doe out of Hallie and St. Charles. And these 2 does are the 2 black does out of Bloomer and St. Charles. So both of these, or all 3 of these, have a blue daddy. And these are the does. They were also kindled in July. These are the 2 bucks out of Bazooka Joe and Paprika. And then this is the only surviving buck out of Bloomer and St. Charles. A baby. But you haven't met him. He is a new guy. He's been in quarantine for 3 weeks now. This guy's name is Ace. He was Ace when I purchased him. He came out of a popular breeder out of Texas. We are very proud to have Ace in our program. And he is for our black and broken blacks. And I may end up using him in the blue program. Only because I lost St. Charles. I'm afraid rather quickly. I am running out of time on this camera. Here we have J6 and her first litter. She kindled 8 solid reds. Let's see, J6 was bred to Rogers, I think. Anyway, she has 8 solid red. She kindled 8. And she still has 8. They were kindled on the 16th. So they are beginning to open their eyes. They are, I don't even know what today is, 27th, I think. So these guys are 11 days old. And we've got one that's just a little smaller, but otherwise, these guys are just fat little bumpkins. Okay, we got 2 that's just a little smaller. Not unhealthy, but they are smaller. Anyway, that's J6. And J6, she looks rather good right now. I don't know if you can see her nose. I don't know if she got spider bit or bee stung. But her nose was swelled up and she looked like a rhino. The poor girl had a hard time eating. I had to constantly come out here and make sure that her food was all the way in the J of the feeder because she couldn't reach in there to get it. So she kindled babies and she was still swollen. It turned black and scabby for a little while, and she just lost her scab a couple days ago, so she's looking rather good now. I don't know if I can show you. She's got some fur missing and it's still scab, but it's not black anymore. Anyway, I think she's going to have full recovery. She's doing well. And then here we have, I believe this is Evening Star, Eve. Eve had 7, and she still has 7. She was bred to Bazooka Joe, and so when you breed a broken to a solid red, you get heavy brokens. So we have 4 heavy brokens and 3 solid reds, and I really like the markings on that one. I'm hoping some of these broken does or broken kits will be does. I only have 1 broken doe left. I have not done well this year with brokens. I lost Lacey, and then I lost Paprika, and the other Charlie doe I had, I lost her, and then we just recently lost Paprika. So, anyway, she kindled 7, and she still has 7. They were also kindled on the 16th. Then next to Eve, here we have Cherry Valley, I believe. And Cherry Valley had 6. One was DOA. And then she had another one that just a couple days ago we found It had gotten out of the nest box, over the top of it somehow or another, and it got trapped behind the nest box, between the nest box and the wire. So Cherry Valley's kind of sniffing me, trying to figure out what's going on. She was bred to Sawguy, and so we have 4 beautiful reds, and they are all just fat. And these guys was kindled a day late. They weren't kindled until the 17th. Now, you've seen these guys. You know, let me show you the size. Let me put them in my hand. Oh, this one's got its eyes open. Okay, you see, this is a big kit, guys. He is big and fat. This is a hefty little kit. And it was kindled on the 17th, right? Okay, I want to show you number 9. Okay, now number 9, I'm not sure what happened. She was bred to Bazooka Joe, and I'm not sure if I bred her. I think I bred her first, and then I bred Evening Star to Bazooka Joe. They were bred on the same day, so I don't know if it was hot on the day that I bred him, or if... Pretty sure I bred number 9 first, because I wasn't quite sure if I was going to breed Evening Star to Figure 5, and then at the last second I decided to breed her to Bazooka Joe. Anyway, number 9, her last litter, she had 9 kits, and 8 of them were bucks. She only had the 1 doe, which we kept. This time, she only had 2. She's got 1 broken and 1 red. And these guys are kindled 2 days late. They were not kindled until the 18th. And I want you to look at these. Okay? These are the youngest ones. And look at the size of those kits. They are monsters. They are easily twice the size of the big ones in the other litters. And they've already got their eyes open. I mean, these guys are just huge. But she only had the 2. And they're both doing very, very well, getting lots and lots of milk. Number 9 is the only experienced mom out of this run. The other 3 were first-time moms. So I probably should have put J6's, 2 of hers, I probably should have moved over here. That way she would have had 6. We would have had 6, 6, 4, and then 4. But I didn't do that. I left J6 with all 8 of hers. I wanted to see how well she'd do, and she's doing fabulous. Let's move along. Here we have Helena. She has been moved to the brood barn. She has been bred. She has been bred to Ace. And she will be due November 13th on my birthday. Next to her we have Bloomer, and Bloomer has been rebred to Ink, and she will be due on the 14th, the day after my birthday. So, that is going to be quick. I always think they're going to be quick, and they're never. I spent way too long talking about Cliff Diver. Anyway, guys, thanks so much for watching, and until we speak again, God bless.